what was right? From your analysis, of course.
Wow. Okay, I don't know where to start, Kolanda. But yesterday's game, I would say I saw two things in this game. I saw what we call lack of development in youth football, and why do I say so? When you look at the goal that we considered the first goal,
yes, that was
actually Rooney had the opportunity. Yes. Rooney went through two players, then he had the goal. He went for power instead of precision. I was like, wow, I can't blame Rooney. That is now where our football is. Because he did the right thing, went through players, but his technical application was wrong. He shot the ball, nikisema tu kiufala. Kama tungekuwa City Stadium, hiyo ball ingeenda ipige mtu Bama kinywa uji. Less than a minute, Zimbabwe got an opportunity. And the guy, he looked at the Brian where he was, he just placed the ball. Yeah, he didn't go for power. Yes. He went for precision. And this, I don't blame Rooney. Rooney has been, has suffered. Some players of Kenya, they are talented, but they have suffered because of lack of football development. And this is what has killed our football. We could be talking about our football every other time. Yes. However, if we don't go back to start coaching our football players at age 5, then we are losing it. I know right now we have a lot of academies in Kenya. We have a lot of kids being played. Today I was cycling to Absa. There is an Absa academy over there. I watched the games. But the problem is, who are handling our future stars? Do they have the knowledge? Are they imparting the right coaching at that youth level? Because that's the most important thing. We always say, it's better I get a player who has never been coached than a player who has been coached badly.
That's true.
We have a lot of coaches in Kenya.
I was actually going to ask you, we have I mean, the other day FKF was saying they have coached 28,000 coaches.
And I thank them for coaching 28,000 coaches. But they have coached the coaches who make the roof of the house. They've never coached coaches who build the foundation of a house. So when you build the house from the roof, that house will never stabilize. What is this I'm saying?
Yeah, the foundation. Yeah. The roof
foundation.
Is there. Where is this?
Football education. You know, I've taken a lot of years to understand Kenyan football as a technician, not as a politician of football. I've been Harambee Stars, I think 5 times. I've worked under 5 FKF presidents. Yeah. And every time I see a new president coming in, I worked under Maina Karaoke, God rest his soul in peace. That's when we qualified for 2004 African Cup of Nations. I worked under Sambu, a short period. I was assistant to Bernard Lama. And Lama, he had a very good script for Kenya. He came here, he's a World Cup winner. And he came with a professional mentality. Actually, we had a meeting with the former cabinet minister for sports, Maina Kamanda, if you remember. Yes. Harambee Stars, before we played Eritrea, I'll give you a story.
Yes, please.
It's never been heard before. Mm-hmm. We went to the commander's office with the FKF officials. We had met the previous night. Anthony Origi, that is Austin Oduor's brother. He was the team manager then. He came up. We burned midnight oil to put a plan for Kenya. And Alama, who is a World Cup winner. So, and Maina Commander said, we go to his office the following day, then we'll have a sitting with him to bring our thing there. So when we went to the office, we had FKF officials there, and Lama was asking, what time are we seeing the minister? Mm-hmm. And FKF went in, saw the minister. When they came out, Lama was like, are we seeing the minister or not? And you know, like you gone in Europe, they don't give a damn. So we had a meeting. Tulikuwa na meeting, kamanda yuko pale, FKF wako hapo, Lama yuko hapa na sisi. Akashangaa, Maina Kamanda amekuja akasema, boys, now for visiting me, everybody will get 5,000. And then tomorrow we play Eritrea, you go and win, we'll have... Lama just raised his hand and say, excuse me, minister, we were coming to give you a plan of how we need to revamp Kenyan football. Now you are telling us to go and play tomorrow against Eritrea. If we lose, what happens? And it's the first time, okay, it's not the first time because I work under Fabish, the late Fabish, God rest his soul in peace. I worked under Manfred Steven, a German also. Now I was working the Frenchman, Lama. And he had an elaborate plan for Kenyan football. He had a big plan. And when the minister said, no, Lama, I said, no. Excuse me, minister. I need to see you as you promised yesterday. He said, Lama will see you after the game. It will be too late. So the rest is history. We went, were beaten by Ritia, remember? And Lama left Kenya without being paid his 600,000 euro, I think. Okay, it was equivalent to 600,000 Kenya shillings. That was the salary. He never signed a contract. We were in a Diamond Plaza when he came and signed an agreement. That is how low we can take our national coach to go and sign in a restaurant a contract. So Kenyan football, when you ask me, it's about not doing the right thing. We want to always build the house from the top. For example, this team that now has played the Cup of Nations qualifiers. Okay, when you look at their age and you look at the qualifiers, 2026 World Cup is coming, and then the future. Where do we stand? What is the chance for us to go to the World Cup? Because Cup of Nations is done, all right? There are many things that you ask me what failed us. I just gave you the genesis, but when you pick national team, you pick a national coach. He needs to know the dynamics of the country. He needs to do a very good research. When I had a meeting with Lama, he gave me like 100 players of Kenya who were playing outside Kenya. He had the stats, he came, he was ready for everything, but how we treated him, he just said, and his parting shot, abnormal is normal in Kenyan football.
That is so sad, but it's a reality.
But the reality, what has changed since then?
Sebaga, the forest has remained the same.
No. We have coached a lot of coaches. That's the pride of the federation, which I say it's okay. However, as I told you, we have coached coaches who know how to make the roof of the house from here. But if they're the foundation, forget it. Because when a player is coming up, and I'll tell you the true story of Kenyan football, because it hurts me Harambee Stars not to qualify. I feel bad. Somebody will say, Ghost is jealous of Firat. I have no business with Firat. He will go, he'll get his money. I'm still a Kenyan and a Kenyan Harambee Stars fan. I'm the #1 fan for Harambee Stars. Yeah. All right? When they lose, I feel it to the core. Yeah. However, having said that, we need to see which is the next way. Because if you were asking me right now, Cup of Nations is gone. World Cup, slim opportunity. So what do? We are supposed to host 2027. I'll say without iota of thinking twice. Integrate the under-20 which has qualified for 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get a lot of the players in Harambee Stars right now out. Get these boys in. We better lose to qualify World Cup qualifier with the future generation. It's a very bold statement I'm making. And I make this statement because I also remember, if you remember Fabish days,
yes,
when we had Motego, Cholet, they brought some problems in the Sekafa. Fabish came and changed the whole team. He picked guys from Division 1, 2, and he formed a team that was formidable. So it's a reality that we need to face and see. But at the end of the day, without football development, without us making a structure, and a structure, what do we mean? Football is education just like normal education. 2009, I was privileged to go to Stade Rennes in France. Yes. Asamoah Gyan was now playing for Stade Rennes. He was cooking for me jollof rice with my boss. Okay, he's Ghanaian, the late Sly Tete. Yes. And I took a ride to Nons because I wanted to know Dennis Oliech is our top striker. Why doesn't he get the first team in Nons? I went to the coach. He told me, Dennis doesn't have football education. What is football education? The only player in Kenya right now who came from Kenya and has had football development is Victor Wanyama Mugubi.
What is football education?
And I salute him. Football education means the right one, 5 years you've started to learn football. It's just like, you see when you are seeing the top players, for example, because Kenya like EPL, when you see Manchester playing Arsenal, all those are professionals. So those are graduates of football education. Once you are 19, you turn professional. You are given a certificate as a professional. You have qualified. You've gone through the ranks. All right? I take you back yesterday when Rooney missed that ball. It happens to even professionals.
Yeah, it does.
However, the chances of you making such a mistake become minimal because you've done it at your youth level. Kenyan football problem is not physical. It is not endurance. It is technical.
Yeah, the technical bit.
Handling the ball. That's our biggest problem. Because, you know, how many teams in Kenya, apart from the Premier League sides, can boast of every player having a ball in a training session? Mimi nimegrow mtaa, tulikuwa na ball moja watu 20, 30. It's like a classroom when you are teaching people how to write and all the students 30, they are sharing one pen. Well, will they be effective in writing?
That is deep. Coach, that is very deep. This conversation, I like, of course, how you began that, and you've talked about grassroots. I know we have a lot of tournaments happening. Coach, I know easy kama Governor's Cup, I don't know, all these other competitions, zile za machina and all that. I know you have a technical, how do you call it? Technical
know-how.
Thank you, of that. But again, I'm sure you'll tell me that they're not the basis and the foundations of growing talent. Hizi matona kama yangu ile Atoni Kolanda tournament in Kakamega or the ones huko chini, they're all over the way. They're just disorganized, in my own opinion. However, shikilia tu hapo, hiyo swali ndakuuliza baadaye. Right now, of course, I want to take you to one of these grassroots football tournaments in Western Kenya. It is a tournament that, of course, is